such changes to like make stuff modernized or like overly woke. But when people do it now, they're like, oh my gosh, I am so Ayurvedic. I am so like connected with nature.
But it just rolled off and got me right in the nose.
Hi, I'm Maddie Papia, and welcome to our first episode of Conversations on Life and Love. Today we're going to be talking about our least favorite tropes. My co-hosts are
Ashley Kim,
Kaelyn Cunningham,
and Saraswathi Murugan.
Yes, so super excited. What are some of your guys' least favorite tropes? Any that come to mind?
The two that immediately came to mind. And the first one isn't really a trope. It's something that a character says.
Oh.
And it's these two things. It's when the author writes, he growled.
Oh. Yeah. Immediate ick.
And they use language like, she looked at me through her eyelashes. Like, that's not possible.
Yeah.
That's not possible. Like, you're looking at them like this. Like, how do you do that? That doesn't make any sense to me. And I just have to like in that moment, I have to close my book, take a deep breath, and then continue, or I have to go do something else because I just can't. Like, I just can't deal with that.
Yeah.
That is real.
Can I talk about my favorite one?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay, my favorite friends to lovers. Okay, literally, okay, like I feel like it's just so like it's so natural and like everything works out and well, unless it doesn't. But like I feel like if it's like so forced, like I will stand by this my whole until I die. Until I die, it's just like when they're friends before and they know each other, you know, it's like on that level, and then like you know there's like some kind of and then like you know, so yeah. That's
Okay, I like that, but you know what's better? Enemies to lovers. I'm a fan. I like it.
Okay, so quick hot take. I'm kind of getting sick of enemies to lovers. I'm going to be honest. Yeah, I'm kind of getting sick of it. It's like people use enemies to lovers to promote their book because, you know, enemies to lovers, everyone likes it.
Yeah.
But I've read so many enemies to lovers, I'm starting to get sick of it.
I can see that.
I think my biggest thing with, the friends to lovers one is that I hate when it's like a love triangle sort of thing going on.
Yes, I hate.
So it's like the main character, and then the main character is a girl, okay? And her friend is like some blonde guy, and then the dark, brooding other main character comes along, and she picks the blonde guy. I'm like, no. Like, obviously the right choice is the other guy, not your friend.
okay. Well, I'm not talking about love triangles. I'm just saying, you know.
Okay.
I see.
Like The Summer I Turned Pretty, that sort of love triangle.
Yes, and in Shadow and Bone, in the Leigh Bardugo one, when she picks, so I forgot his name. What's the guy with like the dark hair's name?
Kaz?
No.
Are we talking about...
Wait.
we're talking about Shadow and Bone. The Darkling.
The Darkling.
Yeah.
So obviously the Darkling's
the
Darkling's like a terrible human being. But I just don't think that her best friend is like...
See, that should have been friends to lovers.
She ended up with him. And I'm like, no. Like, the Darkling is so much better.
Oh, you're saying that the Darkling's better.
If he wasn't such a terrible person, yes.
Oh, okay. Yeah, no, I think another example that reminds me of that is like, or I don't know if any of you have read it, but I was talking to Kaelyn about this. The inheritance games where the main character inherits a bunch of money from these random people, and it's a super good book. But there's two characters. One is a blonde, like mysterious-looking guy, kind of like the Darkling, and the other one is he's very outgoing, but she chooses the outgoing one. But I really wish she would have ended up with the dark and gloomy one.
Yes, because that one is just so much more mysterious and like so much like more interesting than like, because like we know people in real life that are like outgoing and stuff like that. We don't know anyone in real life that is like mysterious.
Yeah.
I think excuse me, another book trope that kind of is a hot take is almost every book character in my head has dark hair. If they have blonde hair,
Yes, I agree.
I just
I
can't.
agree.
I just can't do
I
the
don't
blonde
know.
hair.
Really?
No, it's just like the
Really?
character of a
what I'm
blonde
saying.
hair person is just like it's different than someone with dark hair.
Which the only exception that I've had so far is the Hunger Games movie when Snow comes on screen. I'm like, okay. His blonde hair, I think, is like a different type of light hair. It's not blonde. It's like white, which is fine. I just no character. Like once I realize in my head that I've imagined them as a dark hair character, and then the author randomly drops the bomb that they're like light blonde hair glinted in the sun. I'm like, you're joking. You're joking, right?
Yeah. Yeah. It's just like no, they just like give off a different vibe.
That's what I'm saying.
You know? And it's like the light like blonde hair versus like a dark hair.
I think because dark hair, I feel like is more mysterious
Yeah.
in like our heads.
Yeah.
So we just like want them to be dark haired.
I don't know. There's something about the blonde hair, Meryl, any character really, that just like, oh, should I really continue reading this book?
I should close it up.
No, I am here for the blonde characters.
I
though.
agree. I love blonde.
I'm here for it because they're just. It reminds me of how people describe golden retriever people. That's what I think
Yes.
of when I think of blonde characters. So I have no problem with the blonde characters.
Yeah. I really enjoy.
No, I don't think I have a problem. It's just like it depends on like the plot. It's like if I'm rooting for the golden retriever, or if I'm rooting for like
I agree.
you know,
The black cat.
Yeah.
The black cat.
Yeah.
A book trope that I also hate. I can't tell like exactly what book it's from because I don't know if people are reading this book, but it's like basically the spoiler for like a 20 book series. But I hate when. Okay, should I not say it?
No,
just
say
say it.
I'm
Okay.
curious now. I
Me
have to
too.
know.
I hate when the main character loses all of their powers or their quirk or anything to save, to at the end of the day to save the world or whatever. And I'm like, no, but that's who you are. You know, I just feel like that's so.
Also, can we talk about the ick when the main character is like 4'2" and skinny and blonde, and
Yes.
she threw her hair up in a messy bun.
Yes.
Sorry, I guess that's more so for
That's
the
like-
realistic fiction, but
Yeah.
In her petite frame. Oh
like
my
that. It's so
God.
like
Lack of representation
Yeah.
is.
I agree.
and like when they're
Yes.
so perfect, but like it's not.
It's like it's a little interesting. Like, you're like, are they really? Are they really?
I just don't feel seen. Sometimes I feel like we open a book to find ourselves in the book, but
Yeah.
when again the main character is blonde and skinny and white, I'm like, great. That's that's no hate. I'm just saying that's not that's like I can't relate to this character at all.
yeah. Also, I mean, because honestly, I do like sometimes where I get to experience things that I don't usually get to experience. So
Yeah.
when the character's different from me, or the main character's different from me, it's almost like nice and like I enjoy it, but also sometimes it's just a little too far. Like I don't relate to their personality, I don't relate
Yeah.
to what they're going through, and that's just when things get annoying almost, and I have to put the book down.
I agree.
I think like sometimes I try to like disassociate myself from the character like on purpose, cause like then like if I'm not, if the character is different and whatever. So yeah.
Yeah.
I just think that sometimes the character that you're reading about should just reflect some small part of you, and maybe they're not like obviously I don't expect an author to just write a book about me, like a character that's designed after me, but being able to relate to, I don't know, some part of this character that's genuinely realistic just makes reading that book so much more enjoyable to me.
Yeah. I can see that.
Yeah.
I hate. Okay, my other big thing about books is female rage. when no, like I love when females have the adequate reaction to something that should
Yeah.
make them
Oh,
rage like
yeah.
that. But sometimes when they're just like, oh, it's fine, like someone wronged them and they're just portrayed as this like passive character who just accepts everything that happens to him, like I have a problem with that. Like,
Yeah.
you should
Yeah.
be so mad right now.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think that's one of the big things that I feel like just no.
Yeah.
I agree. Or another thing kind of related to that, like when they write something and the people overreact too much to the point where you're like, that's not a real reaction. Like no one's going to act that way
Yeah.
towards that situation like that. And that really, like, I just have to like close the book for a second. I'm like, okay, it's just a book. It's fine. And then reset and start reading again.
I think like some of the things that like I might find cringe in real life and they put it in the book, like I just
Yeah.
can't deal with, like if someone says something or like does something that like isn't normal in real life, I'm just gonna be like okay,
Or, like,
bye.
Yes.
Or like when characters say like who did this? That I like sometimes it's okay, but a lot of times I'm like, okay, you need to slow down because
It's not that deep.
Yeah.
it's not that deep. And
Yeah.
also, I just like I can't imagine someone saying that to me in real life and me being like, oh, I like you for this.
yeah. Yes, I agree.
Yeah.
When it's like in an extreme situation and they're actually finding out about their troubled past, they're like, and it's a genuine reaction. It's not just like if it's so out of character for them, like find something different for them to say, you know? If it's in character for them and they're just generally like that type of person, they are gonna do something about it. Okay. Like
Okay. Yes.
Yeah. I think another trope that really like I don't enjoy is the boss and yeah.
Yes.
Well, not even that I read a whole lot of that because I don't, but
Yeah.
when I do, it gives
Not
me
a
the
fan.
ick
Yeah.
because that's your boss.
Yeah, that's
Yeah, I don't
weird.
like that. No, it gives me the ick.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Ugh.
the other big trope that I hate, I haven't really read a book with this in it, but I know that sometimes people will hate in the epilogue, someone has like this amazing, great journey, and it just ends up them finding fulfillment with another person or with having a kid.
Oh,
Especially with female characters. Like, I don't like, why does her purpose have to solely revolve around the children she has or the man or woman that she's with? I just feel like sometimes your character transformation just has to be more than that. And if it's in the middle of the book, like in accidental pregnancies, like
Sorry.
I hate.
I was literally just thinking about that. The pregnancy trope, knock it off. Stop it.
Yeah.
Don't use it. I don't care. We don't want the children.
Yes.
Why is that even a thing? Like why
Yeah.
has that become a thing?
I don't know.
Yeah.
I just think it hinders so much of their potential of who they can be.
Yeah.
I agree. And like, don't get me wrong, I love reading like romance novels and stuff like that. But like, sometimes I want to read a book about a girl and like she's not just finding fulfillment in a guy or like things like that. Like, she's actually doing what she wants to do and she ends up at the end doing what she wants to do.
Yeah, I feel like I'm okay with the falling in love, but there also has to be another plot. Like I don't want that to be the main plot.
Yeah, I agree. Yeah.
And I feel like usually, sometimes I feel like I'm not even aware of this happening, but as the story progresses, when this main character, I don't know, it's like falling in love or something, they start out this really, I don't know, maybe they're feisty and they're so unique and they're so them, but in the process of them falling in love and being in this relationship, at the end of the book, they're just like, who they are is kind of who they're with. They're not even their own individual person. And I'm like, man.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can see that. I agree.
Yeah. Anyone else who would like to add more? No?
We're
I
done.
don't think so.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a good talk.
Yeah.
It was. I liked it.
Yeah. So, summary of our talk is no pregnancy tropes.
Yeah, fully.
We're kind of half and half on the friends to lovers.
Yeah.
And then
We want strong female characters.
yes,
That's-
strong female
that's like
characters.
the-
That's like the main point.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Who don't find their fulfillment with other people.
yes.
Agreed.
And I can't remember the other ones we talked about, but they're in there.
They're in there.
Hi, I'm Trey, part of Rockland Media. If you liked your podcast, go ahead and like and subscribe. And if you'd like to read more articles and learn more about your campus, go ahead and visit rocklandmedia.org.